And that's how we change efficiently. Hello! Still yet to think of a good intro for this vlog. I need to think of something. Anyway, this vlog is about dieting down to single-digit body fat. Now this vlog is perfect for you guys who used to look like me, so maybe really good at getting down to maybe somewhere between around 20 to 15% body fat. You're really good at doing that, but then you can't take it to the next level. You've stemmed or come from the majority, or where the majority of the crowd come, and that is from following a typical training or bodybuilding training split, a typical bodybuilding diet, and you get down to around 15% body fat, but you can't take it to that next level. So what if we want more? Well, this is what this vlog is going to be about. You know, moving into the 21st century, you really need to forget that mentality of, oh, it worked for Arnold. Yeah, Arnold was on drugs. You are most probably a natural, and any sort of stimulus, any sort of weird tricks that you may read about, the training hypothesis worked for Arnold, it would work for anyone who was on drugs. I have nothing against steroid use. I will probably do it one day. So today we're going to be looking more so at the research and the science and how we can optimally train to go from that to that, and it will hopefully end your frustration of not being able to take your physique to the next level. As always, if you enjoy the video, please hit that like button and enjoy. Oh, and if you can think of an intro as well, leave it in the comment section below, because I am struggling. Reading time, socks. Sub 83, that's what I need to be. Oh, 83.8. Pointless, really. So trying to stay sub 83 because all geared up to do this powerlifting meet and too late entering. Please, oh please, let there be coffee. And there is no coffee. I don't know what to get. An instant, I think, not decaf. Yeah, this one. Only a strength 3, that coffee. Changed my mind mid-queue. Got that instead. Strength 4. And obviously because I'm strong, had to go for the stronger one. As well, these. Oh, fuck. No wonder they're 55p, they got a hole in them. Viennese milk chocolate. 56p, can't go wrong. Condoms there as well for sale. 2 down from £4.50. No wonder no one buys them. They're fucking £4.50. 2-minute road trip. Biscuits are all down my lap, all on the seat. It's around 500 calories worth gone. First thing in the morning. Dan, you're a fitness professional. You shouldn't be eating chocolates in the morning. Your body doesn't know what time it is. And that's really bad advice, actually. But your body doesn't actually know what time it is. But if you are someone who is looking to change their physique, or someone who is looking to eat a little bit healthier, don't do that. Don't do as I do. Because I am eating quite a lot of food and maintaining my weight. Eating around 3,000 to 3,500 calories and being able to get away with that. So I'm able to do shit like that. Although I will probably be kicking myself later because I want biscuits with my tea at night, but won't be able to because I've eaten them this morning. So, yeah. I wish if girls were sort of more honest with their Instagram replies. Girls like, oh, where's that dress from, babe? It's lush. Girl replies, boo-hoo, babe, $8.99. What she really wants to say is, fuck off. Get your own dress. This is mine. You always make that noise. I've been away for 2 minutes and look how excited you're getting. Oh, you're gonna go for a poo. Do you want a cup of coffee? No. Okay then. You wanna come back in? We just went out. Well, that was a pointless trip, wasn't it? Yes, it's instant. No, I know it's not great. But, alright, I hear you bodybuilders going, "Oi Dan, I got my meal 5 in 10 minutes. Otherwise I'm gonna go catabolic and lose my muscle. My metabolism's gonna..." Slow down. Let me finish this coffee and we'll get into it. When you transition from a bulk to a cut, you are sort of surrounded by an array of questions. Should I be utilising lower weight but for higher reps? Should I be utilising isolation exercises, or should I be sticking to compound movements? All of these abundances, is that even the word, of questions are just in your mind. You're not sure what to do, but the fact of the matter is the training. So when I decided to lose body fat, the priority of my training was relatively similar to when I was adding mass, and I focused my lifts around the compound lifts, and that was the squat, bench and the deadlift, and then I utilised the accessory lifts around those. The goal of training when looking to lose body fat is to preserve the hard-earned muscle mass that you've gained throughout your bulk, not providing the stimulus and switching to sort of lower weight and higher reps. You're not giving the muscle reason to be there anymore. It's like, oh, he doesn't need me anymore. He's not lifting as heavy weights as what he was doing. I'm going to disappear. And that is the main reason as to why so many guys look really, really thin and complain about losing muscle mass when they transition from a bulk to a cut. And that leads us nicely into how much fat you actually have to lose will determine the length of your cut. How much fat do you have to lose will determine how long the dieting phase should be and how long it's going to take you to get lean. Now, what you first must distinguish is the fact that being stage lean and beach lean are completely different. Bodybuilding lean, photo shoot lean, when compared to beach lean, it's a completely different level of conditioning. So first you must distinguish, do I want to be bodybuilding lean or do I want to be beach lean? Just to paint a picture and using myself as the example again, when I dieted down, this was me at the start of my cut, and then this was me come the end. That took 24 weeks, that's 6 months to go from there to there, and I was already relatively lean. By all means not very lean, but you know, I had a solid base to start from. I actually wrote a really good article that's been linked at the bottom of this, so once you finish this video, have a read, and it will just give you a better insight as to how long it really takes, depending on your level of body fat that you're currently holding on to, and how long it will sort of take you to get lean and what approach you should take. Now, whilst being totally honest, when we compare the average Joe, that may be you, and a bodybuilder's mindset, they're very, very different. Plus, a bodybuilder is holding on to more muscle mass usually than the average Joe, as is a more experienced gym enthusiast, which means the process is a lot easier. Plus, they are leaner, which makes the process faster. And what I'm trying to get to is that there's going to be no definitive time, really. You can't really tell someone and look at someone and go, you're going to be lean in 16 weeks, because the environment, outside factors, things that you wouldn't even consider may crop up, and that can put you back. So a usual rule of thumb that I like to use is however long you think it's going to take you to get lean, double that, then add another 12 weeks, and then for every single week that you mess up, add another week on top. Which takes me nicely onto my next point, progression of the diet. Now, obviously, every diet must progress, or there must be some sort of progression, otherwise you will stagnate. And no, this doesn't mean that you have to eat cleaner foods in order to progress. It means we have to reduce the supply, and that supply being the food, so calories, in some shape or form. Or we can expend our calories through NEAT or through cardio. Now, as a diet progresses and as your levels of body fat decrease, your body is going to fight back. It's in an unnatural state. It does not know nor give a shit that you are trying to get lean. It will do its utmost to hold on to as much body fat as it can. And with this, it leads to very little movement on the scale over time, which then leads to the fact that we must reduce calories, hence progression of the diet. Now, to an average Joe, a 0.025 sort of shift on the average scale weight is an absolute disaster, but for more experienced individuals, let's bracket bodybuilders, that's a massive win, because it's still progress, and with time you'll understand you are not going to be able to keep losing 2 pounds, 2 kilograms a week on week on week. It just does not work like that. So progress will slow down, and as long as you can embrace that, that's fine. Which takes me on to calories, carbs, fats, and protein. Bodybuilders and gym enthusiasts and individuals alike will believe that methods like carb cycling, going from normal diet to a ketogenic diet, are going to yield better results than just eating a normal diet. But all diets have one thing in common, and in terms of progression, if the calories aren't decreasing over time, you're going to stagnate. For example, a normal diet where you're eating normal amounts of carbs, fats and protein, it's all accounted for, 2,200 calories, and you suddenly switch to a ketogenic diet because you think it's going to yield better results. And say, for example, you're consuming 2,800 calories, you're eating more food, so you're going to put on body fat, you're going to put on weight. And I think that's the misconception that people don't understand, is that calories, energy balance is everything. Whether you're carb backloading, carb cycling, all of those methods. Carb cycling is calorie cycling. You're having more calories from carbs on certain days. And people think it's this magical process. It's not. You're just consuming less calories on a certain amount of days. So you may be thinking, how many calories should I be consuming if I want to lean down? Again, this is totally subjective to the individual. So now on to protein, and the genuine consensus is that more protein, the better. This isn't actually the case. Now, the fitness rule of thumb is anywhere between sort of 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So if you're 80k, you should be consuming around 160 grams of protein. So anywhere between 2 grams and 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, and you'll be okay. Now you're probably thinking, what about carbs and fats? In all honesty, I don't focus on them. I know. Calories, protein, and I just let carbs and fats wherever they fall. I try to get more carbs because they fuel my workout, but I don't look at them, I don't try and hit them bang on. I focus on my calories and my protein because dieting and training, stripping down body fat is stressful. And the last thing I want is then to have another 2 sort of variables that I have to focus on, because energy balance, so calories in, is everything, which is why I focus on protein and calories. So with training done, I thought I'd go into the next block, which is gauging progress. So when it comes to gauging progress, there's a few things that you can monitor, and that is obviously your scale weight. Now, inevitably, if you are going to be becoming leaner or looking leaner, you are going to lose weight. Because losing body fat will lead to losing weight on the scale. This whole notion of, oh, I'm adding muscle mass, and maybe that's counteracting the body fat that I'm losing, it is not really a thing, if I'm honest. It will happen in rare cases, but I've never seen it happen myself. And having worked with over 120 clients, it's never really happened. Second, we can use body fat calipers and DEXA scans. They are relatively accurate when it comes to measuring your body fat. There's actually been numerous studies that show that people who weigh themselves more often are more likely to keep the weight off and lose more. The method that I like to use and implement with my clients is taking the weekly average, so that is weighing yourself every single day and taking the average. It gives you a truer reflection and a more realistic sort of overview as to what's actually happening throughout the week. Third is obviously looking at the mirror, but the mistake many people make is that they'll instantly look at their abs. So what I get my clients to do is cover up their sort of weak areas so that the body fat or the place where the body fat comes off last, so things like the shoulders and whatnot, so they'll cover their abs, look at their shoulders, rather than, because people will look at their abs and go, yes, I'm sort of ready in terms of bodybuilding, but then they actually look at their lower back and their glutes, and they aren't ready yet. So there's a tip for you. Gauge progress, cover up your body, use various different methods of gauging and measuring body fat, and you won't go too wrong. And that concludes the vlog. So my battery's on red, flashing. So this is going to be very quick. Thank you for watching it. Give it a like if you liked it. Give it a sub if you're not subscribed to the channel already. And as always, if you or if I mentioned some of the external links in the vlog, they are down in the description box below. So if you are going to read them, be sure that you are, and that you can share them and show them to your friends, because I do create them for a reason. They're not just there to look pretty. End goal, I think, is to have sort of articles and videos that I can not only share with only my clients, but with you as well, to make this industry a better sort of non-bullshit place. So yeah, Hopefully you've enjoyed the video, and I shall speak to you soon.